how do you guys, you made a good point. How do you propose to change that? How do you propose to bring jobs to a state where people are leaving the state because they feel the administration, as the O'Malley administration, has done nothing but raise taxes on every single thing, from gasoline to alcohol, and it's unpleasant to live here. People are running to Delaware where they don't have the tax and so forth. So David, what do you think about that? How are we going to bring more jobs to Maryland?
I brought more jobs to Harford County. We've done it in Harford County. We have the experience to do it. We just don't talk about it. We've done it. Guess who did it? Not me. We stood out of the way and helped our businesses do it. I lowered the taxes there, and we ended up with over 100 manufacturing companies there. We have over 130 defense contractors there. We've seen over 8,000 new jobs come there since the economy tanked. So we know how to do it because we've actually done it. So we're not going to just talk about how it gets done. We can show you that we will do it. The key is, get rid of the income tax. 94% of our businesses pay their tax through the income tax. Guess what? They make a decision to leave and go somewhere else. The 9 states that don't have an income tax have seen over 64% of the new jobs that are created in the last several years created there. And they're not just red states, they're red and blue states. You can look around and see which states they are. So that is the first key, is to eliminate the income tax so that businesses make their decision to be here. On manufacturing, we need to eliminate the sales tax on any product made in the state of Maryland and sold in the state of Maryland. That will improve our buy local programs. And I can tell you, in Harford County, we were named #1 in the nation in buy local. So we know how to do it. We've done it. We will do it for Baltimore, for the entire state.
Charles.
What an outstanding idea, eliminating the personal income tax. That's a great idea. I wish I'd have thought of that first. Listen, we have to pass a real taxpayer's Bill of Rights. That's incredibly important. We have to tie the growth of government directly with cost of living and CPI. This is something we can do, and Ken and I will do that in our first 60 days as governor of this and lieutenant governor of this wonderful state. In addition, yes, we will eliminate the personal income tax over a 5-year period. We can do that. All this, John, ties into simply limiting the growth of our government. And don't let people tell you that we have to cancel essential services to get this done. It's the hook that Democrats try to throw at us, and I hate to use a party out here, but I have to, because they always say Republicans want to cut services. No, we don't. What we want to do is we want to limit the growth of government. If we had just limited this year, we could have saved ourselves almost $2 billion in increases. We can turn a corner, a new way forward for the state if we're willing to implement these types of things. Regulations and fees. Let me make sure I add that last piece to it because it's killing our state. If you go to Eastern Shore, up to Western Maryland, some of these nonsense fees on watermen and on farmers, and even if it's in the idea of cleaning up the Chesapeake Bay, it doesn't take money to do that. Well, we throw $50 million currently every year into the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, but somehow it always miraculously disappears. So another tax can enter in to try to replace what's been replenished. We have to do something about the regulation, the fees, and the taxes. That will bring business back.
David, we're going to give you a minute now to come back at him because he did take a sarcastic shot at, what a good idea. Personal income tax. You want to respond to that?
Not necessary to do it. We had the idea 3 years ago on what taxes we were going to look at, and we've all worked on that. All three of us have worked on our plan. So,
all right, just want to offer you that great opportunity.
But we all have that plan.
Christine, are you here? Did you find my pen?
No, we haven't been able to find it yet.
All right, we have a call security. All right, forget it. Doesn't matter. Ron, sir.
Thank you very much. Listen, yes, the income tax, we have to take care of that. My plan was to do a 10% cut right away, retroactive, so that 1 year from today, when your taxes are due on April 15th, almost a year from today, you will get a refund right away of 10% right away. I have a Buy Maryland plan, which I put out there in July and June, where you get 20% of the sales tax back on any item you buy within the state if you're a Maryland citizen of $100 or more. This injection to the economy in that springtime, what you need to bolster the economy. And that's what gets things going. John Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, when they cut the income tax, it bolstered the economy right in the spring. Center to my plan in bringing Maryland back is Baltimore City. Baltimore City is a drain on all of us. Many of our counties, including mine, Anne Arundel, send more money to Baltimore City than they keep home. I want them to keep more of their money home. I will build a tax base in Baltimore. We need to do that. We need to create jobs, entry-level and mid-level jobs. They are tearing down sections of Baltimore, displacing people, and building nice, expensive condos. You also need entry-level and mid-level jobs for those people you've displaced. Do we want everyone to be on welfare? No. How do they get off welfare? How do we try to empower them and suggest they get off welfare and put time frames on it? We have to have entry-level, mid-level jobs. I will bring manufacturing back. We have the worst tax in the country on new manufacturing jobs. The worst. We're ranked 50th out of 50. We have the worst tax on equipment for manufacturing. I also will bring import-export businesses to Maryland as we expand the harbor, and we will bring Dundalk and Essex and a lot of Baltimore back, and then we want to bring manufacturing to all those smaller cities that are losing and lost those jobs, Hagerstown and Cumberland and Salisbury. We can do this, and that's what I can do as governor. I also will lower the tax. I am a small businessman. I know how hard it is, and I can do that. Thank you.
Thank you.